This is EA Sports Madden NFL Football 25. We're here on Xbox Series S. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. And this is provided by the EA Content Creators Group. Let's dive in and take a look at the latest entry in this long-running football simulation from EA. So this year has a host of changes and improvements, a little less so visually and graphically for the Series S, but still a host of new adjustments and improvements to the overall experience, including a new broadcast setup in regards to the commentators, which you will have differing opinions on and whatnot, I'm sure, as a fan of the, well, basically the game. So we take a look at this every year. We usually skip the Series S, but this year I'm diving in. I'm giving the Series S a shot. I know, wild. Just a champ, right? So anyways, basically here for the Series S, you get the full scale of, I guess you would say, modes and features and everything like that, as like with the Series X, and this is coming hot off the shoes of EA Sports College Football, which we checked out not too long ago, and we're seeing those changes, improvements, and everything like that mirrored with this particular, I guess you would say, entry. So what are we getting here? Dynamic 1080p. I know, wild. At 60 FPS, the cinematics will be 30 FPS. That is just typically a thing we get with Madden. A little disappointing we didn't get more graphical settings with this year's release. Oh, that was very lucky. I'm actually shocked we got that. Very, very shocked. As on the Series X side of things, there's actually 3 different graphical options. So, yeah, with the Series S, you just kind of get the baseline, which, you know what, honestly, it doesn't look that bad, but you can definitely tell that, like, they took things a lot further with the Series X in terms of bumping up the technology, and they played it pretty safe with the Series S in terms of graphical options. But honestly, it makes sense, as there's already so much development work that's put in on the Series X side of things, and the Series S just doesn't quite have the backing to fully give you that, suite of options, I guess you would say. It's hard to split all that dev time up, right? Anyways, HDR support, spatial sound support, and every other aspect of Madden that you would expect. Let's dive in and talk about some of the new features and everything for this year's version of the game. So first off, 3D grass, 3D turf they're calling it. They've redone the turf on the field, so the grass all is 3D and dynamic. And you know, it actually looks a lot nicer. I kind of was sitting there being like, really, the grass is redone? And then I really looked at it, and I was like, oh wow, that just sucks. I don't know what happened there, but that was not a good play. That was not a good run. So yeah, they've really done some advancements and changes to the grass. It's just completely revamped, and hopefully providing a better visual experience. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. For the game. Which leads me on to the new technology for the hitting. So they've completely revamped the player bodies in the previous year with the Sapien technology. So this year they're taking it a little bit further with they're doing a whole team breakout moment for an really. I don't know if has that happened in the NFL before? I'm trying to think of a moment in the NFL where the whole team comes out to celebrate an interception to a big image pose. Like come on, come on. That is silly. Sorry, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Where was I? Oh yeah, the physics stuff. So a big change up here is like boom kind of tech, and yeah. So with the Sapien body adjustments from last year, this one they're kind of taking physics-based tackling to a new level and adjusting it and trying to add some more levels of realism. They've also kind of got the reload stick really going intensely. So a big thing there is kind of how you hit, where you hit, and the positioning of your player, the player you're hitting, or the player being hit on the field in relation to one another will change the dynamics of like the crunch of it, how intensive it is, and just how much that will impact the gameplay experience. So that's kind of cool, and it does actually feel as though it makes a big change for how everything plays in regards to hitting and just how intensive that whole experience is. They've done some ball carrier balance and recovery changes for how your carriers and your ball handlers handle the ball. Oh, come on. Doing the impossible, what can I say? We mentioned the new commentary team, but with that, there's also new audio samples, something like over 500 new audio adjustments for the immersion of the stadiums. So basically, like extra little hits or crowd noises or little noises of the stadium. They've added like 500 more samples and stuff to further increase the realism of every little bit of the sound of the game, so that the stadium and everything feels fuller. Speaking of stadiums, we've got the Gillette Stadium here, which is supposed to have a full scope setup and everything, so that's pretty exciting if you're into the Gillette Stadium, I guess, if you're into that kind of thing. No, it's supposed to be all captured here and whatnot, so that's exciting. Let's dive into the game modes. I know what you're playing, how you playing. Oh, boo. Anyways, yeah. So we've got Play Now, which has some live matchups, some suggested matchups. You set up the matchup you want, how long the quarters are, everything like that. That's where I spend most of my time playing my sports games. I just do Play Now matches. That's my thing. I'm sure it's a thing for a lot of other people too, but, obviously that is... Oh, did he just, Wow, he just pushed me right off like I was worthless. Okay. Oh, wow, okay, alright. So yeah, Play Now. We've got Franchise... So many dynamic storylines featuring actual places that you can interact and chat with, and coaches' office, all that kind of stuff. Story-driven choices, you make impacts. This can impact contracts and all that too for these big change-up moments. The new NFL Draft Night, revamped, adjusted, ready to go. Superstar, which is a player-driven journey mode of choice and big impacts for your plays and what you do in the game. So that one... pretty straightforward. Be a superstar. And yeah, this kind of building off of the college football experience, because that one gets an upgrade, and it's a brand new, it's the first entry in NCAA in a long time. We did a whole video talking about that. But yeah, kind of just leaning off of that technology is what we're seeing reintegrated into Madden and stuff. So that's kind of where some of the changes and some of the modes and everything kind of building from, if that makes sense. There's a really cool suite of building options. So this game, they've really done some cool stuff with the personalization. So there's a lot of different options for personalizing your athlete, the coaches, all that stuff. It's more in depth than ever before. The idea is to give you a lot of personal freedom in how you're basically able to make your athlete, your player, your character kind of look in the game and stuff like that. You've got to be kidding me. Anyways, not my day. So it's got a deep team builder too. So alongside personalizing how characters and stuff look, they've taken it a step further for logos and designs, uploading design stuff, customizing the stadium, the uniforms, the way everything looks. 32 team builder teams can be imported into a franchise mode. So if you want to play a franchise of your weird, wacky, created fantasy teams, go nuts. Go nuts. That's on you. Have a fun time doing that. It's all present and ready to go. Wow, did he just get that ball blasted out of his hands there? They're really taking it too, man. That's not good. So yeah, that's kind of a big thing this year around, is kind of big personalization stuff, and we kind of saw that like I was mentioning with the situation in college football was seeing that being included and whatnot. So that's kind of cool. There's also Ultimate Team, where you're just getting some small refreshments. I mean, that's your card building, so you can't be a respectable sports game in the modern era and not have your card building thing, and I know that's a big deal for people. The 6v6 arcade mode is highlighted here because, everybody's into the Ultimate Team modes and the things they add to it. Don't get picked off. Oh, come on. As soon as I threw it and saw where it was going, I was like, oh, I'm doomed. That's how I feel right now. Doomed to this match. Doomsday. Yes. Then there's online head-to-head has been slightly revamped, so that's your multiplayer stuff. Come on, you don't. Nobody. Did they really do this now in the NFL? Have I been missing the NFL where there's an interception, the whole team comes for like a photo op? Like I mean, it's cool. Like he got the interception, but like, come on, like seriously, seriously, like you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Finally, there's the lab. So the lab is now where you do like mini games and practice modes so that you can like get good. Like I need to work on my passing ability, obviously, and who's actually open and not throwing it right into the arms of a waiting competitor. Because obviously that's not good. Wow, his body was like twitching and not knowing exactly where to go. That's wild. So there you go. Those are all the game modes. Those are kind of the big changes. That's all the stuff for Madden NFL 25 for this year. Big adjustments and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good quality life improvements across the board. It's a similar game to what you've played. If you're on the Series S, it's going to feel very similar to your experiences in the past. It is the game you've been playing. And yeah, that's basically the setup here for this year's Madden NFL. I think it's actually gotten some pretty good improvements and stuff, more so in the Series X than the Series S. The Series S feels really safe as kind of just getting it out the door and getting the new release and the new features and everything in there, which is fine. I mean, I think it looks pretty clear. It looks totally okay for, like, you know, if you're just playing Madden every year, it's totally fine for that. Totally acceptable and decent experience, smooth, good quality. Everything you expect, but I think a little bit improved, and I like the gameplay and the adjustments this year. I think they did a solid job of that. So I'll just leave you with some non-commentary gameplay going forward, and hopefully you can see more of it in action.
No loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they? They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one out. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to the air with Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. What a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Looking to throw. Prescott. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. Touchdown! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Inside the 20. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Dulcich. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 3rd and 8. Here's Nix. He wants Reynolds way downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So not the greatest of first halves for them, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points didn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
Well, no sooner do the teams get to the locker rooms, and they're running right back out. Halftime over, 3rd quarter, ready to go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Oh, some strong running. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets it to Cooks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. To throw is Prescott. And that's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half.